Hi everybody. I apologize for the low light. I had lost my phone a couple weeks ago and I'm back using an old phone, like 2 versions down, and the quality is a lot less than the phone that I had. So just please bear with me. I'm trying to figure out what phone to get next. Certainly want one that has a lot better video quality. But anywho, I'm here with your reading for the week. And I consulted the Ascended Masters deck this time around. And what I got from that deck was crystals. The Epona card. Now, Epona is the Celtic goddess of mares and foals. So what I'm about to share with you now is basically twofold. Now the horse falls into the mares and foals category. And a horse symbolizes love, endurance, devotion, and stability. Now, as I've mentioned a few times, and I'm sure you know, this is a trying time for many of us. We are going through a lot in terms of our personal growth, emotional growth, the growth within relationships, our spiritual growth, our paths, looking for our purpose, feeling the need to venture out into new things, feeling a pull towards things that we never would have or could have imagined, experiencing shifts from the ways of being that we known and were used to be drawn into something else, completely different, completely out of our comfort zones. We are also in still hermit season, dry, decaying time. Some of you who follow me on social media know that I've been talking about this a lot, and also the concept of nurturing yourself. So when we think of it, everything that we're going through, and for me to pull this card now that symbolizes a horse and what we know a horse to stand for, we should really see how we can get that type of energy into our lives. Love, the ability to love ourselves, a self-love, the ability to receive love and also give it as a form of balance. Also, endurance, trying to dig deep and nurture ourselves with activities and time, just alone time, just to give us the energy to get through what we need to get through, regardless of whatever it is that we're going through. And also being devoted to ourselves, devoted to our causes, devoted to this new path that we've been placed in. And then to have stability to rest in our convictions, stability to keep on keeping on, stability in who we are growing into. And that's not to say that this is something we just need to do on our own. Pulling this card about horse and Epona is basically asking us to appeal to our higher selves, appeal to our spirit guides, appeal to our loved ones, just to help us cultivate love, endurance, devotion, stability. So think of those, keep that in mind, and determine what you need and the resources you have available to you to draw upon. This could be your family, it could be a significant other, it could be friends, coworkers. It can be your tribe, anything that you've got. Tap into it. Now, the other part of this is the crystal part. And I'm actually pretty happy to be able to share this with you, because when I began this journey and I was in a place that was really hard, really, really, really dark, and crystals was one of the first things that appealed to me when I was trying to get through some rough times. And crystals carry very specific energy to help us sustain depending on what it is that we need. You choose the type of crystal that you align with, that works for you, for what your needs were. So you can use crystals to support you on your day-to-day. So I'm just going to go over a few of the crystals that I use, and maybe that'll give you a starting point if you are interested in keeping crystals just for various things, protection, support, or just to have a talisman to help you get through each day. It works for me. So on a regular basis, I wear certain crystals. I have this little guy. This is my owl. Owl is actually my spirit animal, so to get it as a part of a crystal was pretty amazing. The crystal that's here is white quartz. And what this crystal does is it helps to absorb negative energies, discordant energies, and that helps protect your energetic field. So I wear this on a daily basis. Another one that I have a lot is, this is my black tourmaline bracelet, and black tourmaline is for protection. So I have that. Another one is my sodalite crystal, and what sodalite crystal does is it protects against electromagnetic frequencies. And electromagnetic frequencies come from our computers, our cell phones, our Wi-Fi, etc. And being exposed to this prolonged, it can make you really tired. It can really, impact you, especially if you're growing more and more sensitive based on what's happening in your journey. So I keep this, about 3 of them, at my desk at work. I have some at home, but I mainly use, my computer the most while I'm at work. I'm trying to figure out a good way to kind of have one around me, from day to day when I travel, because I have my cell phone a lot. I mean, I could put it in my purse, but it's nice to be able to wear crystals on your body, but it's not like I could wear a bunch of crystals all day, every day. So that's one thing that I'm working on. And the last crystals I'm going to share with you are rose quartz. And rose quartz was the first crystal that one of the first crystals that I ever really got for myself. Rose quartz supports your heart chakra, and it just helps to facilitate love. And sometimes that's really what we need. So I have a raw rose quartz. You may not be able to tell so much, but this is pink in color, very pale pink in color. This is raw, which means that it's usually not the best for jewelry purposes, but to place it around your home, in your office, etc., it's good. I also have a smooth pink quartz. This is the type that you can, find more commonly in jewelry. It's, smooth, as you can see. The one thing I want to say about crystals is that when you get them, when you visit the crystal shop, if you can, and just get a feel for what calls out to you. Typically what calls out to you is what you need at the time. And when you get your crystals, you can care for them, stage them so you can cleanse them. You can also cleanse them in sunlight. You can cleanse them in like salt water. I do all of these methods at one point or another for my crystals. So, if you need a little extra, you feel so inspired, pick out a crystal that works for you and just, see how it goes. And just remember, and I will keep telling you this so long as I feel inspired to, be patient with yourself. Be kind. Be gentle. There will be rough patches. Remember the horse when you're going through times where you are too hard on yourself, as I'm apt to be and have to be reminded, or I remind myself when I can. Just think about the energy, the wonderful energy in the elements around you and the animals around you and the people you admire. And just remember that. Remember them and draw upon it. Find your tribe. Rest on them. Namaste.